Hello and welcome to Cooking with Science. I'm Mrs. Motley. I teach 7th grade science at Gunny Bedford Middle School, and the topic of today is using science to make lemon meringue cookies or vanilla meringue cookies. So first of all, the first thing you're going to need to do is preheat the oven to 225 degrees Fahrenheit. Second of all, since we're working with egg whites today, it's important that you wash hands very thoroughly. And also, I've got my gloves on, but I also wash my hands ahead of time just in case. So you're going to need a little bit of lemon left over later for flavoring, and you'll need 3 to 4 eggs. 3 to 4 eggs. And a half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. Half a teaspoon of cream of tartar. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a cup of sugar. Extra fine sugar works better because it dissolves faster because science. So first of all, you'll need the eggs. And to separate an egg, there's a life skill for you. You crack it once, and you take the yolk and you separate that up from the shell and go back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth, until you got the yolk left over and the egg is separated, the egg white is separated. So what do you do with all the yolks? Because I don't want to be wasteful. Well, if you're making lemon meringue pie, shout out to Mrs. Wu, she's got a great lemon meringue pie, FYI. You might want to save that for lemon curd or lemon meringue pie later. So 3 egg whites. Another important thing to do when you're making lemon meringue cookies is that you use only stainless steel utensils and stainless steel bowls. Has to be completely dry. No plastic doesn't work very well. And try to keep everything as dry as possible without any oils or grease. Because of science. So once I have my egg whites separated, and it works a lot better, it works faster if you wait till they're in room temperature. So egg whites are mostly water, but they're also protein. And I'm holding this up because protein is made out of long strands of molecules, and what we need to do is whip the proteins together so they trap air molecules inside them, and then we're going to glue the protein strands together with the cream of tartar. The cream of tartar makes it all actually stick together, and you'll see what that looks like. So, got my egg whites, 4 egg whites. You add a little bit of salt. And start whipping. Adding the cream of tartar. And you're going to need to do this for a long time. Actually, it's really not that long. It's just that because a lot of you are probably like, I don't have time for that. It takes about 5 minutes, but it's quicker when the egg whites are at room temperature. This is not ready yet, so I gotta keep whipping. Now when it starts getting like there's it looks like whipped cream almost, then you start adding the sugar a little bit at a time.
When something's going wrong, you must whip it.
egg whites until you have you have hard peaks that form almost like waves in the ocean, except they stay up in one place. So what we did, because of science, is we took the protein molecule strands of the egg white, we connected them together with the cream of tartar, and when you whipped it with a mixer, it put air molecules or air particles trapped in between the spaces between the protein strands. That's the science behind it. And when you know you have the peaks that stand upright, that's when you stop. Then you add flavoring. I added vanilla, and I also added lemon. So if you have any leftover lemon, and this relates to Mr. Fox's video on chopping onions, shout out to Mr. Fox's video on chopping onions, you can use the lemon to get the onion scent off your hands. And also, just so you know, because of science, if you take any kind of stainless steel and you run your hands that smell like onion under cold water, and you also rub it back and forth with the stainless steel, you can also get the onion smell off as well. Just a little shout out there. So finally, I put the egg whites in a bag, a Ziploc bag, and I put some color in there. And I cut a hole in the bottom of the Ziploc bag because I'm just doing an experiment, but also you don't need to buy expensive equipment for any of this. And you just make little dots like that. I could have mixed up the food coloring better, but they're like little Hershey's Kisses. Dot, 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 dot. See if my yellow worked out a little bit better with that. Yeah, the yellow worked out better. So they're like little Hershey's Kisses right there for you, and you pop them in the oven. And I would basically watch them if you're stuck in the house all day. They are slow cookers at a low temperature, 225, about 2 hours, but keep an eye on them. Don't forget them. And let me see how they turn out. So they should turn out hard and like pillowy, actually very lightweight, but crunchy. And let me know how they turn out for you. If you are interested in checking out my stain remover video using science, here's a little preview of what you can expect. What? No stain, it's dry. Let's see what happens. So it's been about an hour. I made these ones very small, so it didn't take as long to bake, but if you make them larger, then it'll take longer at lower heat, at 225. And when you're done, you'll see them into little pieces. They look almost like marshmallow peeps. And hopefully I can catch us. Thanks for watching, guys.